All right, welcome back to the channel, and today I'm going to be talking about how you should be checking those right there, even though you don't use your four-wheel drive as much and you have it on the auto setting, because these are known to be a problem, and they could be causing what we call a parasitic drag, which is that they get stuck on the on position. Now, to do this test, you want to have your vehicle raised on jack stands. As you can tell there, both wheels are on the air, and you want it on two-wheel drive, which is how you'll spend the majority of your time, and the vehicle could be off. Now, it's going to be a little hard to tell on mine because they're a little bit worn out, but you can tell where there is what they call a lock and the arrow faces to the right, and right here we have the auto. Now the majority of you are already familiar on how to work this, right? You just turn it, and this is to put it on auto, which it currently is on auto, and if you want to turn it, you'll lock it. So what I want to show you in the test that I want you to do to determine if these are essentially wasting fuel and they're staying on, it's right there. I have it in the auto, but I want to show you this right here. On the auto, you notice how that axle, that U-joint right there is turning? That shouldn't be turning, guys. So what that's doing is that's not only is it putting more wear and tear on that U-joint, but the truck itself is having to turn the whole axle, having to turn that U-joint, having to spin part of your actual differential. So that's also putting more wear on the actual oil of your front differential, meaning you're gonna have to replace it sooner. Now, what you want to be seeing is what we're gonna notice on this side right here. Right there, as you can tell, that axle, it's not rotating, and that's what you want. That's what you want. But obviously that driver's side is sticking or failing, so you have different options. I've seen some examples where they remove these, clean them out, they kind of get them to unstick. You can replace them with the ones that you have on O'Reilly's or AutoZone, but those don't say auto on them like these do. They just say lock or free. So you're never gonna be able to just put it on that auto setting and kind of let the four-wheel drive system do its thing. But that's another common problem on these. The vacuum systems fail on the auto, so that might not be a bad thing, but they don't have very good reviews. They tend to fail. It's the same plastic component. So I'm seriously considering, I want to install the mile marker, or there's another brand, I believe it's pronounced Warren, and those are known to be in the off-road community. But what I want to show you here, right now it's on the auto. So now I want to rotate it and put it on the lock, and I'm going to show you what it should be doing. So you can tell. Let me see, let me get you a better angle. See how that axle now right there is turning? Not only is it turning here, but it's turning that other wheel, meaning that this side is doing what it should be doing. But if you notice in this video, I'm leaving it unedited. I know it's a little shaky, or I'm moving back and forth, but I'm doing that on purpose so you can tell that I'm not messing with it. I'm not trying to edit it or show you over there where I mess with that. It's still on the auto position, so this shouldn't be happening if this was working correctly. So obviously that side over there, it's sticking and we're having trouble, which is what the purpose of this video is going to be. I want to remove that. I'm going to remove that side. I'm going to see if I can clean it out and somehow cause it to unstick and put it back on. And for that, I'll show you the results, but I'm going to go ahead and cut it out here, and then I'll come back with you with another part to see what happens. Long screwdriver in here, and just kind of pry this open right there. Get that to loosen up and pull that out. Give you more working space right here. All right, next what you want is a T27 socket, and you want to remove these 3 bolts right here. All right, now this is the way I'm going to do it. Anybody has their own different methods, but as you can tell, that's starting to wiggle out and that's coming out. I've heard where these can get stuck sometimes, so What you want to do is maybe get like a rubber mallet and tap it a little bit, and you might even have to get something to pry it here. So I'm gonna go ahead and just completely remove them and inspect to see what's going on. Okay, so while I have this out, I want to show you something. Well, one, because I've seen other videos, I know that this right here, where there's that division, this should be actually separated. When on the auto, it should be further back to allow this to free spin, which is why this axle is locked. But I want to show you how essentially we know that that component, one, it's not working because there's this right here is not, should be spinning. But you can also do the test right here. Right now that it's off, if we go into this area and we rotate it, see, now it's not turning, which is what we wanted originally when this was on the auto position. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean this out and see if I can get it unstuck. And if not, well, it might be easier to just go ahead and replace it. But definitely do this test, guys. Jack up your truck, put it on jack stands, and do this inspection. It's gonna save you fuel, save your components. And that's the purpose of this video. This video mainly is for you to go ahead and do that test. But yeah, this truck, I bought it with 150,000 miles. Some of you maybe have seen some of the videos on the channel. And it's got 152,500. So I haven't put many miles. It's just I've been doing the oil change, some of the maintenance, a lot of the issues that are arising. I want to get it to my standards. Did the body mount on it right there. But let me focus on this and let's see if we can get this going. All right, in this video, I'm going to show you really quick what happens when you have a stuck hub lock. You just want to clean that out there. And be careful here, just fold the tabs down and then grab some kind of pliers to pull at it here. But be really careful. I'm going to show you in slow-mo. There's a spring in here. You want to be really careful. Wear your goggles. It's going to come out. It's just going to pop out here. So be really careful with that area right there. And then what you want to do is just proceed to remove with a pry bar right there. You're going to start seeing where I'm going to start prying from. Once you start removing that area and you get it out of that, what you want to do is just clean that surface area. I'm going to show you really quick right there. There's a lot of rust, so just spray some brake cleaner and get yourself a razor blade and a wire brush and just start cleaning all this area up. A little bit of sandpaper to clean the rust, and make sure to clean those splines because they get broken plastic inside. All right, this is the part number that I went with, the 600-220, and they have a limited lifetime warranty. But this looks like an older box, and some of the reviews that I saw, which is probably was giving it a bad rep on these particular dorman, is that they didn't work as the original ones. But if you notice, that says manual locking hub, not automatic. But now this is a newer box, and now I think they've caught on to this, and they're starting to let their customers know, look, if you want the automatic, if you need the automatic OE style replacement, go with this part number, which is 600-219. Now, the reason why I stuck to these is, one, they had them in stock. They don't have to order them. And two, I don't mind because, like I mentioned earlier, these F250, even the brand new ones, they're known to have some vacuum problems, on some leaking on the actuator system. So that doesn't guarantee that they're going to be working anyways. So I rather have it manual, and you're going to save yourself money because these right here, they're $125.99. The cheapest place I found them was at Advanced Auto. And what I want to show you here is right there, as you can tell, $125.99. Now that part number, I had the guy look it up for me, and it's 600-219. It's $189.99. So you're gonna save yourself some money if you're okay with doing this. Either way, in my case, I always would put the four-wheel drive system inside the cab, and then I would still lock in because I wanted to make sure that my four-wheel drive was working and that I wasn't was gonna get stuck. So I'm okay with this. I'm okay with the manual one. Save yourself some money. But it's up to you what you want to go with. Now, the reason why I didn't go with the Warren and with the mile markers, because those have a 1 year and a 2 year warranty. So these actually, I mean, they have, it seems like they have a better warranty, and for what I use them, it's not really gonna make a big difference. But okay, so the difference is very minimal. As you can tell, right here you have a spring, and this has like a plastic. So that's why that affects on how it's gonna operate. Also here, instead of saying auto, it's gonna say lock and free. So this is gonna be like your old school 4x4s where, you know, you don't have to worry about the electronic components failing. You can just go ahead and lock in and then have it free when you're done. So that's why I'm okay with this. Cheaper alternative, good warranty. All right, so now we can see that the letter's pretty clear. Free is to the left, lock is going to be to the right. So depending what part number you ended up going with, you're going to have either the automatic or these manual locking. But now that we have it on free, we're going to see if this truly is working. We're going to look at our U joint. It's not spinning. This is the driver's side. We're going to go ahead and twist this, lock in. And let's see if our U-joint is spinning, and there it is. So pretty simple, and this will definitely, it's gonna save our front differential, and it's gonna save us that fuel. All right, so the new one, all right, so the new part will tell you that lubricate that O-ring. Comes in the bag right here. Just gonna remove that, pull this out. And just steal a little grease off of this and lubricate that O-ring. And now let's go ahead and try to align this. It does come with, it has one pin right there. That one pin, it's gonna align in one of these holes of your extra holes. All right, I want to mention that you want to be on the free setting. For some reason that made that a little easier. And there it is. Went in pretty good. Now we're just gonna put on those bolts that we removed, and we'll be set. Put that cover back on there. All right, so there's the passenger side. We are set on free. We're gonna go ahead and do the same test here. U-joint isn't spinning, and now we're gonna go back to lock, and there it is, spinning. All right, one last thing is that you want to make sure you set those on free and then you lock them in occasionally, because the last thing you want is those getting stuck when you really need the 4x4 system.